Observation is so important for a soldier because you're being put in positions where you're looking out in what we call your arc of fire, where the enemy are. You're looking out for danger, you're looking out for what we call combat indicators. We're looking out for potential dangers. And if you're looking and you don't understand what you're looking at, well, what you do, you put yourselves and your mates at risk. So it's very, very important that as a soldier, you're able to not only look out and identify what you're looking at, but at the same time interpret what it is. And even as a boy soldier, if you go on the ranges, what we have range days. So, you know, the whole sort of rifle companies out there, there's hundreds of junior soldiers. What happens, you're not sitting back for an hour, just waiting for your turn to fire. What you do is start playing observational games, and training sergeants will get the platoons together, and what they do, they play a game that's called KIMS, and they'll get a big waterproof poncho, and they'll lay out military items, so anything from a compass to a watch to a rifle magazine, a mess tin, maybe a knife, maybe anything to do with a military sense, so a respirator, you know, gas mask, that sort of stuff. They'd cover it with a poncho, and what would happen, they would lift up the poncho, maybe for about 15 seconds, and all of us now, we had to look at all the items that were on the ground, and then it was covered again, and then the training sergeants would say, right, what have you seen? And basically he would then ask individuals, he'd just point, and everybody then had to constantly think about what they saw, because it wasn't as if you could shut up and not say anything if you can't remember, because you might remember the mess tin, but all of a sudden he's pointed to your mate next to him and he's gone mess tin, and you've gone, what else was there? So constantly your brain is trying to remember what it's seen. And the brain, just like the body, as I said before, is a muscle. And the more you do these KIMS games on the ranges as you're going through the training as a boy soldier, the more the brain gets used to taking in that information. And then that, again, works when you're actually out in the field as a soldier. You've got that responsibility, you're protecting your mates. You're looking out at what's called your arc of fire, and what you're looking is for that potential danger. So you've got to be able to look out there and just not see a house, or just not see a line of trees, or not just see sort of a dip in the ground. What you've got to do is understand what that means to the enemy. But then when you do see anything, there's things that give you away: shape, shine, shadow, silhouette, spacing, movement, all these sort of things you're looking out for. Because if there's little dots on the ground, definite 3 meter intervals, well, that doesn't exist in nature. So there's something out there, and maybe it might be people's helmets as they're just laying down on using a dip in the ground. So KIMS games help you do that, to look down, to understand, to take in information. You've gone, there's 5 dips in the ground, they're all at 3 meter spaces. That's unnatural. You don't know what it is yet, but it's a combat indicator. Or there might be loads of civilians coming out of buildings and they're all heading in the same direction. Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Well, chances are they're doing that because they know there's an attack just about to happen. So even a really simple game like KIMS games, and you can do it at home, you can do it yourself between mates, a simple exercise like that actually does work when you're in the field, because you save your mates' lives.